Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing an oil change on my 2023 Ford F-150 5.0, and there's not a whole lot of tools that you'll need for this job. All you're going to need is two 5-quart containers of 5W30. I'm using advanced full synthetic. The reason why is because the 5.0 specifically takes 7.75 quarts, and you're going to need an FL500S oil filter, and then a funnel for when you're pouring the oil into the engine, the new oil that is. Then you're going to need a 15mm socket on a ratchet, and I'm using an extendable ratchet specifically, so that way in case the drain bolt is stuck we can get it out easier. And then I'm also using an oil filter wrench because the oil filter is right there, so it is pretty easy access. And then last but not least, we're using a drain pan. I'm using one that holds, I think it's 16 quarts. I don't know off the top of my head. And then also I have a bunch of cardboard down, but if you have a tarp, that's even better. Just use that. But yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time. We're just gonna get right to it. Okay, so as you can see, right here is the drain plug, and I've got my 15mm ratchet on here. And make sure to open the little vent right here, so that way it'll drain nice and smoothly. Creates a little vortex right there. Okay, so it's done draining. I got the drain plug back in, so now we're just gonna wipe it off, and around the drain plug area, just so in that way in case if there's any leaks, we'll be able to tell. And then just wipe around like the plate that's around it, and then that should do it. There we go. Now we're gonna get the oil filter off, so just get your oil filter wrench up in here, and then you'll be able to screw it off. Okay, so now I've got it loose enough, so now we're just gonna take the filter right off, and then it's gonna start dripping from under here, so we're just gonna unscrew it and be very careful not to spill any. Okay, and then just dump it out onto the drain pan like that. And there's even a specific area right here where it holds it, so we're just gonna let that drain a little bit, and then while we're thinking about it, we're gonna grab our new filter here, and you want to take some oil. Doesn't matter if it's old or new, you just want to just get some on your finger here, and then just lube up that little seal that's around it, just so it's got an oily film on it, so that way it seals good. And then also the filter will be easy to screw off later on next time you do this. So now we're just gonna screw it back on like so. And you don't use any tools while tightening this, you just tighten it by hand. I'm just gonna grab a rag and then just kind of wipe it down and then tighten it a little bit more. So yeah, just kind of wipe it down a little bit, because, you know, since your hands were all oily and stuff, you know, there's gonna be oil all over it. All right, that's good. Then I'm gonna try and wipe the surface around it, because it's obviously gonna be oily and stuff right there. And it's good that they made like a little passageway through it, so you don't make a massive mess. So yeah, I'm gonna just put the old oil filter in the box that the new filter came in. We'll just box it up, and then we'll take the drain pan to the parts store later to recycle the old oil. So that's good. We're done draining oil, and we got the new filter installed. So now we're ready to just fill her up. Okay, so the fill area is right here, and I got the funnel in it, and you're gonna need 2 hands for this, because this funnel is gonna wanna go all over the place. Okay, so what I did was, you know, the first bottle, I just poured the whole thing in there, but with the second one, I kept pouring it until it got down to 2 quarts, because that means we took 3 quarts out of this, so that means we put 8 quarts in it. So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna back the truck off of these ramps, and then, so that way it's on a level surface, and then we're gonna get a good oil reading on the dipstick. Okay, so now we're on the inside of the vehicle, and what we're gonna do, while we're just letting all the oil circulate and everything, we're gonna go to truck info, and then engine information, and then we're gonna reset the oil life. And I also took a picture of the mileage, just so I can remember what the mileage was when I did the oil change on this. So we're gonna wait a few minutes, and then we're gonna check the oil. Okay, so now we're at the dipstick, and we're just gonna pull it out. Okay, well, it's hard to see, especially because it's new oil, but it's literally right, oh, there we go. It's right below, just a little bit below the top mark. So we are good to go. And there we go. That's how you change the oil on a 2023 Ford F-150 5.0. It is actually that easy to do it, which I'm kind of surprised too, considering that this is a newer vehicle. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.